Islam family. Now, I did post a video during the weekend. It might have been during the weekend or Friday. I can't remember which particular day it was. But I posted a video that talked about commissioning consuls for the Northeastern Division. How you doing, Akil? This is actually in conjunction with what you were posting to me in the in Messenger. Now, here it is. I want to commission 5, 7, 9, or 11 consuls by the first Tuesday of August. And here's the assignment. The completion of the 108s. So in order to complete the 108s and post all your answers on social media, but then do the actual document where you post it, when you're completing the document, you're signing your name, and then you're emailing it to me. It doesn't need to be sent to me in the mail. Just email me your completed responses with your signature, your thumbprint, and the date of your completion of that document. Stop, Elise. Come on. Seriously? Brought my daughter to work with me today. So I want to commission between, like I said, 5, 7, 9, or 11 consuls in conjunction with muftis. This conversation that we're going to have today is in complete relationship with both of those two things. That is commissioning consuls for the consulate, Moorish American Consulate, as well as starting the mufti piece. Realizing that you are muftis, you stare at a mufti every day in the mirror. We have to get used to not having to know exactly how to do something to start doing it. Because keep in mind, everything that we've done, we started by wanting it to be started. So that's going to happen with the muftis family. That's sons, that's daughters, that's both, because muftis are not just male and are not just female. They're male and female. And we need those specifically right now. But in order to become a mufti, you have to already be a commissioned consul. And I'm saying a commissioned consul because you need to be well versed in the Treaty of Peace and Friendship and well versed in the American Constitution. Those two things you need to be well versed in. And no, because that is the foundation of the laws of the land. And that is what you're going to be protecting and upholding, right? So like I said, I already have C. Leora Bay as one that I want to commission by the first Tuesday of August. I have Christ L. Akil Hanif Bay. Ishmael, you can be a part of that as well. I have a couple people, other people in my head. Kimberly Von Bay is another one. So there's a growing list, and we're going to have our first meeting for all those who sent me an email to ne@MoorishAmericanConsulate.com. That's ne@MoorishAmericanConsulate.com. Because we need to start this process, and we need to get it done, and we need to get it worked on. Because I need, and one of your tasks, one of your responsibilities will be to send in help 1 or 2 to 3. I want 3 Moors with nationality paperwork. That means sending me the completed nationality package for me to sign and seal. So that will be a part of your responsibility with becoming a consul of the Northeastern region, right? Because I need to switch gears from nationality into the judiciary piece as well as the trust piece and those other things. So I need more people working and helping our brothers and sisters become nationalized. So send an email to Northeast ne@MoorishAmericanConsulate.com so we can start having our weekly meetings. We decide what day we want those meetings. It'll either be Tuesday or it'll be Thursday. I already have meetings on Thursdays, so Tuesdays I prefer to have them on Tuesdays. And it will be between 30 to 45 minutes to start, and it will be us going over the 108s, us going over the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, and us going over in us going over the American Constitution. And if we want to do this on live so everybody can be well versed in this, we'll do it on live, Facebook Live. Islam? I was like, so I'm going to start putting that time and effort in to organizing that, because by the first Tuesday of August, I want to commission consuls. I want to commission between 5, 7, 9, and 11 consuls to help with the mission of uplifting fallen humanity. And that first duty is nationality, getting people back in alignment with national creed and not corporate ward status. And that is going to also benchmark or skyrocket the Mufti piece. And so the Mufti piece is going to be in conjunction with the Consul piece. So the first piece of the Mufti piece is Consul commission. So you'll firstly be commissioned as Consul. But again, we have to get through the 108s. You have to nationalize 3 people, whether they be people you met on social media. We want them to be local. We need them to be local. So you can get all the paperwork done, get all the witnessing done, and get everything done that needs to get done. So it should be local. The 3 people that you want to commission, or the 3 people that you want to nationalize. Muftis. There's been a lot of talk about muftis. And sons, this is where you come in. We make the time for all types of groups, organizations, and being entertained. We have to make the time to get it together and organized for the Mufti piece. The Muftis will have to be commissioned consuls, just so you know, consuls. So your first duty is to do the 108s, nationalize 3 people, and if you have already a team of brothers and sisters that are looking to be a part of the Mufti piece, those are your first your first 3 people that you want to make sure their nationality paperwork is processed and completed. Where we start talking about, okay, how do we protect our family members within the territories that we're in? And a part of that responsibility will also be the notice of introduction. When you send out your nationality paperwork to the 6, 8, or 10 places, one of them being Donald Trump, another one being Jeff Sessions, another one being Secretary of State, another one being United Nations, another one being Governor, all of these individuals put a copy of the notice of existence for the Moorish American Consulate in there with it. It's about 7 pages. Put that in there too. And you're putting that in there because you're putting people on notice as to what is coming on the Aboriginal, indigenous, Moroccan land. The true and de jure government to take the place of all this corporate bullshit that's going on in our land. Check out what Ninti El Bay is doing. Empress Ninti El Bay. She is doing the work of being an active, not passive Moor. A Moor that is being active in reclaiming our vast estate. That's through liens, because the realities are we got Walmart here, we got Starbucks here. We have a multitude of corporations on our land and not paying the Aboriginal indigenous people to be on that land for which they are doing commerce and business. And that's called smacking a lien on them. And only the de jure and Aboriginal indigenous people can do that, but you have to know how to do that as well. So we have a lot of work, Moors. We need way more of you to step up and be active, not passive. And like I said, the first step is the 108s, completing those 108 documents. The 108 questionnaire, completing that. Making sure the American Constitution or Constitution for the United States, as well as the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, you know that you have a copy of it and you're reading it in your spare time and getting well versed on it. We're posting a multitude of videos about consular court and why we need it on our ancestral land, and this topic should have been put to bed. And the only way you're going to put it to bed within your own mind is by understanding, and understanding the most important need for why we have it. The need for why we have it is this. Are we controlling our land? Are we controlling our resources? Or are we being controlled by those who have colonized us? No, we're not controlling our land and our resources. And we need to get that back. And we need to hold these corporations, these foreigners who we gave refuge, protection, and a voice in commerce and government. We hold them to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. We hold them to the American Constitution, which are the only two lawful judicial documents that gave them protections as well as a position, a sound position on our land. And when we talk about that banner is only for those not violating those treaties and those constitutions. That is the purpose for why they even existed. That banner only existed so when people saw that banner, when Moors saw that banner, they knew that they could not mess with that individual who was flying that banner because they had protections under the treaty and the American Constitution, both of which they're violating today, and which is the purpose and the need for the consular courts. Someone said earlier today, our biggest problem is unity. No, it's not. Our biggest problem is passivity. Passive people create schisms because they don't want to be active. Be active. Be the change. Don't get so caught up in he say, she say nonsense. Don't get caught up in propaganda. Don't get caught up in drama, because these are all signs of passivity. Be active. Be united. Support every Moorish organization that is supporting the uplifting of fallen humanity. And that is you, and that is me, and that is our ancestors that right now call themselves Black, African American, colored, Afro American, Puerto Rican, Spanish, Mexican. It's our job. We got to start getting in the business of nation building. And the first nation we need to rebuild is the Moroccan nation and the unity within that. So don't give time, energy, resources to those who want to create schisms, keep perpetuating drama, and keep pushing he say, she say nonsense. Stop giving them an ear to listen. Stop giving them your ears. Stop giving them your attention. Ignore them. Because our babies are at stake, our land is at stake, we are at stake. And we ain't got time to be dealing with people who just want to talk. I don't talk. This is, what I'm saying here is an infomercial for getting our people involved and I love the fact that we're talking about Moorish science. Even if it's positive or negative, we're talking about Moorish science, and we're not talking about stupid things that we see on TV, stupid celebrities that are here denationalizing you every day by calling you black in songs and stand-up comedy skits. Why watch them? If they're going to keep continuing, if you stop continuing to allow your brothers and sisters to denationalize you and think that it's funny, it's not funny. And don't give them ear or support. Support your nation. We sit here and we go to concerts. We go to all types of things to get out of the mindset of being oppressed. You want to know the best way to get out of the mindset of being oppressed? Nationalizing and getting involved in your nation and building that. So the next video I have no idea what it's going to do, because I'm trying to create a process in the midst of talking to you, right? So the 108s, I want to see a bunch of talk about the 108s and getting that completed. I want to see talks talking about the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which is what we are held to as Moors, as nationals of Morocco. We're held to the treaty, y'all. We're not held to the United States Service Corporation or the United States American Constitution. The only way we're held in that is Article 6, Article 3. That does not bind us. What binds us is the treaty. So whenever you're dealing with anybody outside of your own nation, or even within your own nation, you deal with the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. 1791 or 1786, 1836. Because it lays out specifically what you have or have not to do. When dealing with the Albions, they have to come to your courts. You do not go to their courts because they do not have jurisdiction in Morocco. They want jurisdiction, they got to go back over across the sea to Great Britain, to England, because that's where they're so-called sovereign. And they ain't not even sovereign there, to be honest, because they got excommunicated here as slaves to work on them damn colonies. They're colonies then, they're colonies now. They are not states. And if you want to call them states, they're foreign states. But I'm going to call them colonies. Because we got states, and we don't need to be confused at colonies versus states. Our states, or whatever we create and call a state, theirs is colonies, because they don't have jurisdiction. Here's my little baby I brought to work today. She's out here burning up with me and on the patio eating lunch.
I want to go back inside.
She wants to go back inside, so I guess I have to get off this social platform.
No, you can
But,
do it all day.
no, she's so funny. These are why we do it. Because our parents, the reality is our parents would have been doing this for us. We'd have been way farther along if they didn't get so caught up in the propaganda and the schisms and the television and the drugs and all the other stuff that got us all compromised. So peace and love, family. Send me the emails to ne@MoorishamericanConsulate.com for commission. In those interested in commissions, Muftis, automatic 108s. That's the start. I need those to get done. Get the 108s done. Email me a PDF version of your 108s where you've signed it, completed it, as well as dated it with your thumbprint so I know it's you. And then let's get to the next business of nationalizing Moors. Islam, peace and love, Pax et Amor. Happy Moon Day, family.